Hi, this is Mike from Dimensional Walking. Today I'm going to read you the title of this, okay? I periodically do something uh, I would say is a little different than I normally do, but I think it's important periodically to remind yourself that reality is all connected in many ways, and there's some really and very important techniques and tools out there to help each one of us get through this, our lives, and especially through very chaotic and stressful times as we live today. So, the title of this is Your Thoughts Can Change Reality. The Power of Mindset. Now is the time. Really, now is the time. Okay? There we go. Okay, throughout history, thinkers, scientists, and spiritual leaders have explored the idea that thoughts shape reality. From the law of attraction to neuroscience, research suggests that the way we think impacts our experiences, okay? Influencing personal success, relationships, and even health. But now, how does it really work? So let's talk about how this actually works, okay? At its core, thought is energy, okay? A force that dictates perception, actions, and ultimately outcomes. If you believe something strongly enough, it alters the way you behave, and your behavior turns and influences the world around you. Whether in a personal or global sense, thoughts drive change. Okay? Thoughts drive change. Okay? Let's see what else we got here. So, let's talk a little bit about the science behind thoughts and reality. Scientists have discovered the brain is not a fixed entity. This concept, called neuroplasticity, shows that repeated thoughts create pathways that shape behavior. When people cultivate positive thinking, their brains reinforce patterns that promote optimism, resilience, and success. Okay? Got it? For example, athletes use mental visualization techniques to enhance performance. Okay, let me tell you a quick story. Okay, I did the Olympic Games. I've done a couple of Olympic Games. Okay, I was in the logistics part of it, but I had some really opportunities to meet some great athletes. And I always remember in 1996 in Atlanta, Georgia, I was at the main stadium, which housed the track and field, and I had an opportunity to talk to FloJo. Okay, she's a sprinter. She's a pretty incredible sprinter. I think she had several Olympic uh, records. I don't know if they still stand today. But anyways, I was able to hang out with her for a few minutes, and she just explained to me how her visualization worked. It was incredible. It was actually incredible how she used it, how she constantly before the race, hours before the race, weeks before the race, she would constantly go through exactly what would happen during the race and actually visualize herself winning the race. And many times it did happen that way. Exactly. So, anyways, that's a little bit of a personal thing. Okay, so by imagining themselves succeeding, as I said, they activate the same neural circuits required for action. Studies have shown that simple visualizing a activity can produce measurable physical improvements, highlighting the powerful connection between thoughts and tangible results. Okay? And then we got something we call the placebo effect. One of the most well-documented examples of thought altering is in reality is the placebo effect. When patients believe they are receiving effective treatment, even though it's just a sugar pill, their bodies often respond as if they are healing. This phenomenon is so strong that it must be accounted for in clinical trials, proving that belief alone can generate physiological changes. Okay? I know we've all heard about it, but it's actually been studied and it's a real thing. Okay? Quantum physics and consciousness. Some scientists argue that at a quantum level, reality responds to observation. The famous double slit experiment suggests that particles behave differently when they are observed, leading to the speculation that consciousness itself plays a role in shaping physical reality. While this remains an area of debate, it fuels the idea that our thoughts may be more influenced than we realize. Okay, quantum quantum physics. Okay, think it and it will be done. Okay, that's what I believe. Okay, mindset and success, self-fulfilling prophecies. Okay, a self-fulfilling prophecy occurs when a belief influences actions that ultimately make belief come true. If someone believes they can succeed, they take action, persist through the challenges, and embrace opportunities that lead to success. Conversely, negative thoughts create obstacles by fostering doubt and hesitation. Okay? Absolutely true. Okay? For example, if two job candidates have equal skills, but one strongly believes in their abilities, they're more likely to convincingly navigate interviews, negotiate salaries, and secure promotions. Their mindset actively shapes their reality. Okay? So if their mindset is in a good place, a positive place, they can be or will be successful. Okay? Law of attraction. The law of attraction asserts that thoughts attract experiences. Positive thinking draws success, while negative breeds struggle. While some argue that this concept is more physiological than mystical, studies confirm that optimists tend to achieve better outcomes than pessimists. Okay, pretty much makes sense, doesn't it? Even at a practical level, people who project confidence and optimism tend to attract supporters, mentors, and opportunities, proving their mindset influences external reality. Yes, I would say so. Thoughts and emotional well being. The connection between thoughts and health. Research has found that chronic stress and negative thinking contribute to inflammation and disease. In contrast, positive emotional situations or mindset boosts the immune function, increases longevity, and improves recovery rates. Practices like meditation, gratitude, exercises, and cognitive behavioral therapy, or as we call it, CBT, help individuals reframe their thoughts to enhance mental and physical health. The more someone cultivates constructive thinking, the more their body and their life respond in positive ways. Okay? The psychology of reality shaping. Psychologists recognize that power of mindset shifts in transforming lives. One example is growth mindset versus fixed mindset, a theory proposed by Carol Dweck, which states people with a growth mindset believe that abilities are developed through effort and effort, leading to greater success and adaptability. Even when faced with setbacks, those with growth mindset find themselves within challenges whereas those with fixed mindsets often stagnate due to self-imposed limitations. This shift is thought directly to affect outcomes, reinforcing the idea that thoughts shape realities. So how you think about things and how you approach things is how it's probably going to come out. And you have to stay persistent, no doubt about it. So let's look at a few historic examples of thought changing reality. Many of the world's most influential figures have shaped their reality through sheer belief in the possibility. One of them, of course, is a gentleman named Thomas Jefferson. I'm sorry, Thomas Jefferson. Yeah, I'm sure he did a lot of that too. like Thomas Edison. Okay, despite failing thousands of times, he believed that the electric light bulb was achievable. Okay, and obviously he just kept on failing, but in the end, he knew it was going to happen, and it did. Henry Ford ignored skepticism that he envisioned a world where automobiles were accessible to the masses. Well, obviously, that came out to be true. Okay. Without the unwavering belief, their breakthroughs might have never come to life. Their thoughts directly shaped history. Yes, I have to agree with that. Social movements and collective thought. The power of belief extends beyond individuals. It fuels movements. When entire groups embrace an idea, it can transform societal structures. Okay? You understand that? There's been big movements, and I'll give you a couple examples. The civil rights movement was driven by the belief that racial equality could be achieved. The women's suffrage movement began as a thought that women deserve rights and evolved into a global change. Revolutions also start in the mind of individuals and become manifesting in the world. Okay, there's plenty of examples of revolutions that have started just by one person thinking about one idea, 1 minute, and suddenly it takes off. Every major societal shift began with a thought. Reinforcing the reality follows belief. Reinforcing that reality follows belief. So, how to harness thought to reshape reality, reshape your reality, and reshape the reality of the world. One, visualization. We talked about the athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders use visualization to mentally rehearse success before achieving it. Just in your mind, see the end result and see how you got to that point and see the starting point. See the whole process in your mind and just keep on looking at that over and over again. Now, as you look at it, it could change somewhat. As time goes on, things change. But if you'll still have that flow, and that flow at the very end comes out to be successful. Affirmations. Repeating positive beliefs can reinforce confidence and reshape thought patterns. Okay? Gratitude. Focusing on abundance instead of lack cultivates positivity and attracts more favorable outcomes. Mindfulness. Being aware of negative thought patterns helps shift perspective, reducing stress and improving well being. Surrounding yourself with positivity. Being surrounded with supportive, optimistic individuals strengthens belief systems that shape reality. Okay? Those methods, those methods train the mind to embrace possibility instead of limitation, paving the way for transformation. In conclusion, the idea that your thoughts can change reality is supported by science, psychology, and history. Belief dictates perception, perception shapes actions, actions transforms reality. Whether at a personal level or a social scale, mindset creates opportunities, influences outcomes, and alters the course of events. By mastering intentional thinking, individuals hold the power to reshape their lives and perhaps even the world itself. But I do want to repeat this. Your thoughts can change reality. The power of the mindset. Now is the time, really, now is the time. Happy trails until we meet again. Thanks. Let's see. Bye bye.